Hello from the virtual world of San Marino. Here we are, the first race for the Racing Pals GT Season 5 here at Misano. 2 weeks ago was the pre-season race. As people might be aware, I had technical issues which caused problems, let's say, in the fact that everything broke, which was brilliant. It was great. I loved it. It meant that everything broke. I had to go and have a lie down, and I hated every minute. But waka waka waka. No. I'm in one of those moods today. I'm happy. I'm jumpy. Ooh, here we go. Back with sim racing commentary content. The one thing that people seem to like me for. I'm trying to open my commentary mint, so I'm chatting absolute arse while I do so, as that Porsche just gets mugged up the inside by a Ginetta. I don't actually know if the stream is on. James was meant to message me, and he hasn't. I don't know. Hey, it's working! Get in there, boys! James has messaged me. Thank you. It's working. My RAM is not going through the roof, and my PC is not going, help me, please. So we're here with commentary. Yes! It's all working. Woo! Yeah, it's one of those days. It's a really happy, really jumpy, really yeah, day. I'm happy. I'm happy, you know. Which doesn't happen often. I don't get happy very often, but oh, when I do, it's great. So, the Racing Pals GT Series. Woo-hoo! Been a while since I have said that. It's really been like 2 weeks, but so let me drag up the rules. I didn't really have this written down. I've misplaced my notebook because I'm dumb. I better not put my my stream key in the chat. That would not be a good shout. So, the RP Series. Nowadays, it's a GT3 and GT4 multi-class series, which means that Brad Hoover is currently sat inside a Honda? I don't know. What we're seeing here is how Acura was born. Yes, a GT3 and GT4 series. As you can see by the number plates, the GT4 cars have a blue notch in the number plate, and the GT3 cars have a regular plate. For people who are new to the series, the GT3 class is separated into 3 categories: the bronze, the silver, and the platinum. Bronze is red, silver is silver, and platinum is white. This is 3 separate championships, keep in mind. Bronze drivers are racing against other bronze drivers, silver against other silver, and platinum against other platinum. GT4 are all within 1 class. Now, the first 15 minutes of this half-an-hour qualifying session are for GT4 cars, of which there is 16 of them at today's race. Overall, there are 37 cars on the grid. So 16 minus 21 GT3s out on track today. We're going to jump along board with Lee Taylor for a little bit in the Alpine, the Gentleman's Lounge 84 car, in the striking blue and pink Alpine livery today. Clearly, homage has been taken from the Formula 1 team. Today, I think there's another version of it as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how do GT4s stack up, because GT4 has many different cars. We've got Alpine, we've got Gt4, we've got BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Aston Martin, Audi. I think the only GT4 we're missing is a KTM. For people who are not sure about why I'm so hyped that the stream is working today, is because last week it just not last week, sorry, 2 weeks ago at the pre-season race, it just refused. I've had to make some changes now, however, it is working very well. And actually the stream looks pretty good. So, Lee Taylor, he's coming through turn 1 and 2. We're going to jump on board as we head through turn 3. Now towards 4, 5 and 6 on the brakes. 4, smack that inside curb. Don't invalidate your lap out wide. 5, keep the car tight. Set up for 6. Ruin that inside curb. Don't hit the sausage curves on the outside. We have seen in the real world injuries happen there. And we have also seen Tom Jack go bouncy, 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 bouncy there as well. Also, yes, my fan is on. I do apologize. It is really, really hot in my room today. So please, you know, just allow it as we head through 7, 8 and 9. I think. I think. Now through code brown 11, 12 and 13. I think. You're all working fine. That's good. Oh, big spin there and a crash. Was that contact? Was there contact there between the the Audi and the Alpine? The Audi goes wide. It looks all right. A bit slow through the apex. So that's clearly invalid. The Alpine just runs into the back of him. That's the Mark Anxman Racing number 70 car. And that's Ketten that had that crash. And it was the Alpine of... It was the Alpine of Taylor as well. Let's see what else we can find. There we go. Here's a man everyone loves, Brad Hoove in a groove on the move. It's Hoove. Also, I would like to just note, I am sorry I cannot read chat this evening. Due to the issues I've been having with ACC, I have had to close Opera, my internet browser. I do apologize for this. If you wanted to see or hear or talk to me, I can't keep on chat tonight. If I can find my phone, however, I might be able to do something. Now comes the point where he's figured out he's lost his phone again. That happens a lot. Ow! I've just hit myself in the arm with a bloody fan. That hurt a lot. Ooh. Well, that hasn't drawn anything, so I'm alright. As you can see, a lot of GT4 traffic starting to appear. 16 GT4 cars. And the thing about Misano as well, as some people might have seen from the thumbnail, is the fact that it is... Dun 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 dun. A night race. Yes, we'll be racing at night. Quality during the day. The night time will be when our race will undertake. I'm trying to open chat on my phone in the background, hence why I'm being a bit thick as Brad Hoove comes across the line. He was 3 seconds off last lap. It's not an improvement, but we'll ride on board with the American. As he comes around, he is just finding his groove in the GT4 Audi. Now, people that know me will understand that I drive the GT4, the GT3 Audi. Sorry, the GT3 Audi, not the GT4 Audi. It is my baby. Weber or Weber saying in the chat to have fun, guys. Thank you. I will have a lot of fun. I love doing this. Commentary is one of the things that I can sit down, and it seems to be no matter how often I do it, I just seem to keep finding fun in it as well. I can read the chat now as well, so if for some reason talking to me is a highlight of your day, please do. We will have interviews at the end of the race, hopefully, with the winners of each class. It isn't mandatory, however, I would hope that the winners of each class would like to come and talk to me at the end and talk about their win. We will see, as we've got about 7 minutes left of Gt4 quali. Brad Hoover, he is up on time at the minute, a 147.007 his best. The next car along is Los Santos, a 146.640. I don't think he's going to top that this lap, however, it may be close as we head across the line. A 146.74. And here's the man currently running in pole. Provisional pole for Gt4, Sen Stoffmeal. I have probably butchered that. Bacon for GT3 driver of the day. Oh man. That yeah, Bacon is the driver of the day in all of our hearts. However, he doesn't drive anymore, so you know. Also, I would like to address the elephant in the room. I sound bunged up and awful. That is because I am. The throat problem that I typically get is coming back. It's not hay fever. However, it does make talking and doing a lot of other stuff somewhat difficult. So if I go into a coughing fit today, please just allow it. Don't bully me. I will cry. And then probably have to go for another lie down. I've almost just knocked over my can of Rockstar, which is empty actually. I'll just throw that over there with the other one. I'm just trying to set my phone up in a good position so I can see the chat as well. There we go. 3 monitors, boys. Got my first monitor, got my second monitor, and I got the chat on my phone. Get in there, technology. Technician. As Lambert, 1.4, more or less, off of pole. James Andrews very close actually, 144.402 for Lambert, a 144.410 for Andrews, and then Gates just in the background there, 144.575. Someone who we were very interested in seeing about was last season's silver GT3 champion, Ivan Barrack. He's made a jump to GT4 this season, sorry, to dodge the whole having to go into platinum thing. And he heads across the line and he puts it on pole, but only by a tenth, for 142.897. The first driver in GT4 in the 42s. Now the question is Stoffmeal going to have a response to this? Currently in traffic. And jump on board in the BMW, one of the better on boards here actually. This is his outlap, so we will be seeing how he goes. You can hear Onco Brown over the curb again on the brakes. Over the curb, over the curb. The presidential plat shot, Don. You right. You right. Here we go, we're seeing Stoffmeal head across. We'll jump on board, yeah. We will jump on board, here we go. On the brakes for turn 1. Curb. Bit of brake there for turn 2, you can see the foot just moving. Turn 3. Let the car go out wide, but not too much. Don't invalidate your lap. The lap is still valid, but that was a bit of a time loss. Now into turns 3, 4, and turn 5. 1/10 off of the PB so far. That 10 would really be all it is. Through turn 6, that little kick there. Now to turn 7, on the curb, onto the brakes, down the gears, get the apex. The car will want to step out wide. It's quite a deceptive corner. That was turn 7. Now turn 8 there. Go out wide because you want to set yourself up for turn 9. This hairpin here. Turn 9, I think that is actually the presidential flunkmobile ahead. No, it can't be because he's in the pits. Now through 10 and 11 and 12. Sliding up, so yeah, that is an aborted. The gap is 0.108, so it's doable, but there's not long left before the GT3s come out to play. So chat, here is where I hand over to you. What are your expectations for this evening? Barrack's already out on track. Is he going to be able to get a lap? He will, but it'll be 1 lap. And might get GT3 traffic. Here was the car that I was getting mixed up for the presidential mobile just a minute ago. Tom Hatcher in garage 55. The purple, gold and grey Mercedes AMG Gt4. I do like purple, so any chance to see a purple car makes me very happy. We're saying we're on to now a different camera set, in fact. So once the 15-minute mark comes, the GT4 cars can finish their lap and the GT3 cars are allowed on track. Split qualifying as well gives the advantage that you can't get massively screwed up by traffic. You still can. You know, you can still get GT4 and GT4 traffic. But. Here is the big but. It's not as bad as getting stuck in GT3 traffic. Because the GT3 lapping a GT4 slows everybody down. 38 cars on the grid now. In fact, another GT3 joined in the fun. Barrack, however, on this lap is improving. Lambert, I think, has just tally-pitted. Here comes Jeffrey Langvin to come across the line and set a lap time. Currently P6, about 6/10 off of P5 across the line. It's an improvement, but an invalid improvement by the looks of things. Here comes Stoffmill. It's going to be tight. Oh, they don't finish the lap, so there's one more lap, and now the GT3s are gonna come out to play. Including this man, Thomas Jack, who sadly is only here for this round, apparently. He's got other things later on. There on your screen is the provisional GT4 starting order. Barrack taking provisional pole, Stoffmill, Hatcher, Foltz, Rochlau, Taylor, Langevin, Lambert, Andrews, Angstman, Gates, Whitley, Hoover, Rubicon, Sandosh, Schwartz and Ketten. However, it could be a last lap heartbreak as here comes Sen Stoffmill. Two tenths up according to my timing screen. It's doable. That time is all that will be required. The gap is now 0.173. At current delta, Stoffmill will take it around the final corners. Into the last sector. 2 left-handers to go. The left-hand kink. 1. Curb. The left-hander off the final corner on the brakes. Down the left-hander is Stoffmill. Going to take pole position here at Misano. No! By the tiniest of margins. 4/100ths of a second. Separating the two GT4 cars up top. That is going to be a close race. There is your order for GT4. We're now going to switch over to the GT3. 22 GT3 cars on the grid. Very good, very nice, very nice. I like it. Oh man, that was so close. I've just realised, right there, I don't have the Wins GT4 car. Here's biggest Mongus in the Mongus Speed Works. Ooh, bit on curves there. It's still valid. The Golf inspired livery with companies from his home state, I believe they are. Can't remember what home state that is, but from a home state. Also, it's time for me to do that YouTuber thing. Please share the stream to everyone. To everybody, please. No real cheese people, not real Wisconsin team. Yeah, you right indeed. You're right. I mean, we'll run along with Muscle for the next lap. This will be his first lap on the go. He's slowed up a bit, maybe to grab Tom Jack on pole. 124.2. I've seen him do 2 seconds faster already today. So we will have to see how he goes as we head through turn 1, and then turn 2, and then in fact turn 3. See, that's how corner numbers go. You do turn 1, you then do turn 2, and then you do turn 3. You know, it's all a good way of doing it. I've lost my touch in doing commentary qualifying, it seems. Oh god, Windows Explorer, go away. Yeah. 2 right, right? 2 right, you know, I know the track goes turn 1, turn 2, and then all the corners, and then we're back at turn 1 again. In which then it's turn 1, it's not, you know, turn 14, as it is here. You know? Big brain. Tom Jack 133.8 this time round. He's starting to get more like it. Now it's starting to get more like it. If you take Skyline fast enough, you can probably skip a few corners at Bathurst. Maybe. Okay. Right, okay. What? What did I just catch there? What? I switched it around because I'm like, oh, he's matching his pace very well. Oh man. Oh, that's good. With Will Zonners in the Emil Frey Lexus racing car. Very interesting car. It was Lexus last season that decided a championship, of course. As Battenberg goes into second place. Now, here's Robin Moe. goes into P2, a 133.9 for Red Bull Motorsport. That's all I have to say for that. Oh, invalid there from biggest longest through the final corner. That was bad because it was about a second up. And yellow flag for Arnold. I'm going to guess he just pulled off. Here is Zeddon, Danny Zeddon, all in racing. This time taking the road and not astral projecting into the next dimension through what we call Code Brown Corner. Which is always handy. You know? Big brain. As through the final 2 corners, he's 6/10 up. It's not going to be enough to slot into pole. However, it might be enough to just close up the gap to the top 3. It won't be a move from 4th, but it will be closer now. 134.085, about a 10th between Zeddon and Battenberg, thereabouts. 7/10 between himself and Thomas Jack, and where Robin Moe has just under 6/10 to try and catch to Thomas Jack as well. And hello Deep Cuts in the chat. Deep, look, it's working. He's working. He's working. I haven't quite got like the commentary filter back yet. Here is Toby Long for Spotify Esports. Running with Shoblem. 6/10 up, even with maybe a little bit of holding up in the final sector by the Porsche. All within silver across the line. It's going to put him up now to 4th in silver standings. So that will be a very interesting fight to look at. Here is Marcel Shop. Marcel Chopper? Shop? You gotta say shop. Currently 2nd to bottom in bronze. However, this lap he is up by quite a bit of time. In fact, one of the Mark Racing outfitted Audis, rocking the grey, silver, pink, and I'm gonna say blue, but I think we might have an argument on what colour that is on the side of the car, because some people might say it's, you know, mauve or one of those other colours. If you want to get the Dulux colour chart out and have a look, you know, you can do, but I'm gonna say blue for the time being. I'm gonna say blue. As he does come through the final quarter. 5 minutes of qualifying left to go across the line. He is going to jump up to P2 in bronze, 500ths behind Gottlieb, who currently holds pole position in the bronze class. As what happened to Kai Schwarzer? We saw a lot of damage on the Porsche. So look, oh, that's just snapped away from him there and just nosed into the barrier. Here is Robin Moe, now in P2. Beggars at longest jumped into 2nd place, but across the line it is going to be a response. Robin Moe goes P2 again, 33.482. 33.367 is the time to beat so far in this session. In this sessione, and about a 10th to gain it. So let's jump on board actually with Mo. The car that I'm not used to seeing often, as we get a scarab message in the chat. Very nice. Very nice. They'll sort themselves out in a minute. Yeah. The bots are coming. Yeah. The problem is, if you if you, you know, screw it up, then, you know, it's what happens, isn't it? You know, some people go, you like it cheap? And I'm like, no, because I'm poor. You know, there you go. You know, not much has been gained here, and not much has been lost here either. But we had a good time doing it. Here in Marcel's shop. Chopper. I don't know, I don't speak German. I don't. I barely speak English. You know, I barely speak English, man. All these other languages confuse me. 2 minutes left. In the qualifying, Bamberg slowing down. What do you mean, Gods? You've always been mod. You just haven't realised your true potential until now. I'm just going to quickly do a thing. I'll mute my microphone to save you guys from the horrible experience of the thing I'm doing. That's better. I thought that I would, you know, mute my microphone while I blew my nose so then you guys don't get the lovely sound of me sitting here evacuating my sinuses. My hearing's come back, which is handy. That's helped. Yeah, that's helped quite a bit. So here's Jan Tenner, one of the all-in-one racing cars, along with Zenon, I believe, or Zeon. No, it is Zenon. As the qualifying session has come to an end, Thomas Jack running on pole. Mo still looking for that time, but I don't think he's been able to find it. In fact, as Van Jowie goes along and goes 21st. Which is second to last in GT3 Bronze. Mingus and Bongus has to settle for 4th place. We'll see, maybe Ian Arnold could come and cause an upset if he's not in the pits. There's Michael Randall, who has to slot into P9. And so, here is your qualifying order in class order. Thomas Jack takes pole position for Platinum in GT3, followed by Mo in P2. Biggest and longest P3 for Platinum. P4 is Zenon. P5 is Tenner. Randall is P6. P7 is Saunders. And P8 is Jacob Alacia. In silver, Battenberg takes pole position, starting in P3 overall, but pole position in silver, followed by Arnold, Sforza, Shop, no. Battenberg, Arnold, Sforza, Long in P4, Schoblem in P5, and Rowe in P6. Then in bronze, Shop takes pole position, starting P10 overall, but pole position in bronze, followed by Fox in P2, Gottlieb in P3, Delisle in P4, P5 is Trifonov, 6th is Mueller, 7th is Vanjowu, and 8th is Jay Kenny. And in GT4, Barrack takes pole position, followed by Stoffmeal, Hatcher, Fultz, Rochlau, Taylor, Langvin, Lambert, Andrews, Angstman, Gates, Whitley, Hoove, Rubicon, Santos, Schwartz, and Ketten. Also, Rubicon's name is spelled properly this time. Last time, on the practice server when I looked, it was Rubicon. So I will be pronouncing it as Rubicon. Because it's funny. Taylor is a noob. Bit rude. Right, we're getting ready to go. The 1 minute wait timer, 2 times time acceleration. So we're ending at midnight in game. Very dark. See some of the cars jumping about, getting ready to go, getting their setup changes ready and waiting and getting off of the jacks. Four, 3, 2, 1. Remember, GT racing, it is a double file rolling start. They'll have their one warm-up lap in which they have to warm up the tires and the brakes. You can hear the brakes getting warmed up there by Zeddon. It was quite loud. Come on then, lads, in the chat. What are your expectations? Zenon's back. Here is your pole sitter, Thomas Jack. In the brakes warmed up. Mo and Battenberg. Teammates in endurance racing, I have learned. Will they be playing a team game here, however? That will be the big question. Battenberg a massive gap to Ian Arnold, who's on in second place. I mean, we can jump on board. You can just about see Battenberg as we exit the corner. There he is. 2 cars to go through for Ian Arnold to get to Battenberg. Further back, Shop. Very under threat from Fox already to begin with. There you can see Fox in the McLaren in the background, the Lexus of Will Saunders for some reason is sitting behind Shop, even though they are opposite positions. Pole for GT4 is Ivan Barrack here. can see it was very close. 400ths of a second between Barrack and P2. But here we go. We're going to be going 2 by 2 as we get ready for the race to start. One more min. Here we go. As the start of Season 5 gets underway now. Now towards turn 1. Is it going to be clean? Is it going to be concise? Yep, Tom Jack looks to hold on to his lead. Mid-pack, someone is round. Someone is round. It is Trivanov, I believe. Trivanov and Barrack. Barrack is round as well. Barrack is off the circuit. He has been caught up in that crash with Trivanov. Barrack now back to the rear end of the field. As we are with Jacob Alacia in that very, very striking grey and orange livery. He is chasing down someone. Gottlieb, I believe that is. And, yeah, Ivan Barrack had that collision in the first lap. That's going to put him into the background a little bit. He's going to have to work his way back up. Further up the field, Thomas Jack has grabbed his lead. He is still going, and that means that down in GT4, Tom Hatcher has actually taken the lead. What happened to the other BMW? Oh no, he's actually up in amongst the GT4s. I do apologise. Forza off the circuit there at the second to last corner, I believe that is. He's lost 2 positions out of that. Fuchs and Müller headed past both bronze drivers, but that is not going to do him any favours. As he looks up the inside of shot at turn 1. Very good move, very clean, very basic. But that might not be the best of situations for him. As we're the GT4, Nathaniel Fultz-Rochlau, who is looking for the rear end of that Alpine. Of Lee Taylor, and further up here is a good old pack in GT3. 2 teammates actually, Tenor and Zenon. Zeddon, P6 and P7. Randall looking in the background as well. You can see that Amtrak inspired Porsche 911. Through Code Brown, you can see how much curb people take. In fact, there is Kai Sforza behind as well, and ahead. That is Müller, who's got a drive-through penalty. In fact, Sforza looking on the outside. Fox does not let that happen, though. Very nice defensive driving. Müller goes in for his drive-through, but Sforza will have the inside around the final corner. Doesn't quite get it. Is now actually going to open up for Shot, maybe to have a look, which he does. He looks to the inside at turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? Shot gets the inside through turn 1, but then turn 2 inside will be for Sforza. No, Shot moves into P17. And that means P4 in class. Now, Jacob Alacia on the back end of Gottlieb. In fact, this is platinum versus bronze, which means the 9 points are up for grabs for this battle, but there is pride on the line. And if I know anything, it's that my pride is extremely important to me. And down in GT4, actually, not a great deal's occurring. At the minute, George Whitley is on the back of Luana Santos. This could be a fun battle. As we see, things do spread out at the beginning of the race, but then they seem to close back up, especially when the pit stop comes in. One pit stop every driver has to make. As you can see by the orange one, is all down the inside there at turn 9, but Santos looks to cut back. It's gonna be a drag race. Here we go. I mean, it's Janetta versus Porsche, so I already know who's winning this. I mean, they're gonna go too wide into Code Brown. No, well, they kind of do. Santos goes out ahead through Code Brown, but Whitley could maybe try and get back onto turn 13 here. The right-hander down the inside for Whitley. Santos sees it and keeps the wide line going. Whitley moves up again into P28, which is in fact ninth in class. The Santos is very much looking. She goes to the inside. They've got Trifonov as well in the BMW. Behind them, GT3 BMW, but they're not blue flagged. And even if they were, blue flags just mean you have to stay predictable and not defend. These two are battling like there's no tomorrow between them. Santos tries to cut back to the inside now as they head up towards turn 3. Santos pulls back and now has Trifonov behind. It's a GT3 BMW. Not much is going to occur from this battle, I don't think. But the battle between Santos and Whitley is definitely something to behold. As there goes Trifonov down the straight. Probably a better opportunity to get past. Does that mean, though, that Whitley might have to give up the outside into turn 7? No, Whitley does actually keep turn 7 going. Maybe caught up, though, a little bit on the exit by the BMW. Might have got a bit loose there, but all things considered, we see him all right, and George Whitley seems to be very happily in 9th position. As Santos there in the background goes off of the circuit. That's going to open her up massively to everybody else. Oh, it looks like she's survived it just. Yeah, that was Mueller in the 210 Bentley getting ahead in front of someone, however, who has made a massive charge up the field here is Ivan Barrack, who looks to the inside at turn 13 on the BMW of Rubicon. And he makes the move up into that position, which is, in fact, P10 in class. And here is a battle that is raging on. Daniel Fox just getting overtaken by Kai Sforza. Sforza now on the rear end of Frederick Schoblum. This is for P3 in class for the silver category. Is up the inside at turn 9, holds the inside through the hairpin, maybe a bit of contact, but it looks all clean and all fair for now. That puts Schoblum. Sorry, this is for P4 in class. My apologies, P4 in class. Schoblum is looking. And so, actually, there in the background was Daniel Fox, who is going to get the inside at turn 13 on the Porsche. Maybe McLaren versus Porsche. Fox is on the outside. Doesn't quite get the move done at turn 13. But that was very much odd, as here is Battenberg on the back of Robin Moe. This is not for any class lead at all. This is just for pride. Tom Jack, however, is 2.5 seconds up the road from Robin Moe, which I'm sure Tom is going to be sat there absolutely rubbing his hands going, yes. So let's jump back with a battle that many people want to see. It's Ivan Barrack as he's trying to move on Santos through Code Brown. He has got it before turn 13, and now Santos is going to be maybe under attack from Rubicon. I'm good. Here is the battle. Daniel Fox on Schoblum through turn 7. Schoblum gets loose. Schoblum's round. problem is round. Wow. We're now going to have a look at what happened at the start with Ivan Barrack. We can see we're on the go. We're going to jump inside. Oh, Ivan Barrack gets absolutely ruined. Taps Trifonov on the way around. I wonder if we can get a better camera on that. Which, yeah, we can. We're going to have a look. So you can see race start. We're away. He gets tapped up the rear by, I think that's the other AMG, the number 14 car. No, it's the other AMG though. It's the 55 car of Hatcher that tapped him, and that's where that one collision sort of occurred. And then what happened here? We're going to have a look at this possible contact. I'm not sure, it just looks like maybe a bit of argy-bargy side by side. But yeah, that's what happened at that one. Barrack got rear-ended and couldn't really do much about it, and just actually tapped Trifonov on the way through. But that car was already out of control, and there wasn't really much that could have happened there as the Mark Racing Bentley gets past Forza Rochelau. Up before turn 1, which is very handy. You don't want to get caught up. There's a GT3 on a GT4 into a corner, do you? I know, I wouldn't know. Even in GT3s, I run GT4 pace. So, you know. You know how it is. First 11 minutes have passed, so still got a lot of racing to get on and do here. There's Taylor trying to get past Hatcher, sorry. Hatcher though gets ahead, gets the overspeed out of turn 7, I think that is. I think they're going through turn 9 now. I think there's Mueller in the background as well, one of the other Mark Racing cars. It is indeed. Into Code Brown, Hatcher. Maybe loses a little bit of time, but it hasn't lost the position as yet. All things seem square and happy at the moment. I'm just looking up and down the grid. That we could maybe be seeing some runs later on as Tom Jack already into the GT4 field. Gets past Gates, will now get past Santos. Manages to get through very, very nicely, very cleanly. Jaker has gotten a DT. Oh dear. And there goes Mo and Battenberg. I think that's going to open up the Porsche, maybe to get past Santos as well. Yes, he does. There's Mueller there in a very fierce battle with Stoffbill. Manages just to eke ahead of the competition there before turn 10. And now here is Nicholas and Gelou getting side by side with Kenny as they head towards Code Brown. The McLaren gets the inside. Kenny has to go to the outside. They're still side by side through both kicks. I think Rangelo's gotten the move done. No, he goes very deep. This is going to be it. He'll get the outside through turn 13. Vangelis was so close to getting that, as there is a yellow flag. There has been contact. I think Fox has had a crash with Sforza. Oh, Fox has just been rear-ended and then the safety punt to get him all the way around. Sforza did at least kind of wait, I guess. He's a bit more up the road now, so I don't know, jury's out on that one. There's Will Saunders on the back end of Randall, who's also gotten a drive-through penalty. And he goes up the inside at Code Brown towards turn 13, turn 11, 12. But Randall tries back down the inside. There's contact. There is contact. There is a little bit of door bashy. but Randall is ahead for now, but no, as he jumps straight back into the pit lane to serve his drive-through penalty. It looks like Mo and Bamberg may actually be trying to teamwork themselves up towards Tom Jack, who now sits 3.5 seconds ahead of them two. And Randall losing a lot of positions there in the pit lane, which is never something you want to see, as Lee Taylor loses out to Trifonov but at turn 7, but he is looking back. Here we go, Alpine versus BMW. BMW's on. That's fun while it lasted. And then here's a battle that hasn't actually stopped yet. Nicholas Van Geloo, in fact, is looking as Bingers Among Us is trying to find his way past some GT4 traffic. Goes between two GT4s, in fact, and goes up the inside of James Andrews. That is going to open the battle up, because James Andrews was sat there, and round goes Whitley. Contact with Barrack out of turn 9. Oh no! Oh, they just came together. Ivan Barrack and George Whitley, they just came together out of turn 9. That was going to be a tough one, as Randall is now going to make his way back up through the field. He's got Sforza to get past. Then Schobler goes to the outside at turn 11, then turn 12. Maybe we'll try and get the inside into turn 13, down the inside. This time he does not yet. Wow. What an action-packed last like 5 minutes this has been. Insane. Sforza has some damage to the car. We're on the rear wing as Randall goes up the inside at turn 1, but then won't have the inside for turn 2. Yes, he does, because the line was a bit too tight for Sforza to take fully. And while we're in the background, Barrack has taken the position from James Andrews for Wins JT Racing, who are also sponsored by Small Pee, which I find just fun to say. And then Randall back with Schobler. We'll see. Randall gets the inside through turn 7. Now, we have seen this can be a bit of a double-edged sword. Schobler had a bit of argy-bargy there, but Porsche. Randall gets out ahead and has opened up Schobler to Sforza, who tries majorly up the inside at turn 9. Maybe a bit of brake testing on the exit, but for now, Sforza is up ahead. And there's BMW, just, you know, the Home Depot BMW, in fact, for all your Home Depot needs. And Alacia is in the pit, I think, serving a drive-through. No, he's actually boxed fully. Or is he trying to go long? That is my own. Is he trying to go long? As we're back with Rene Battenberg against Robin Moe. Honda v Honda with Trifonov there just for fun. Oh, Battenberg trying up the inside of Moe. I think he's going to get the move, because the BMW is going to be a bit of a rock in a hard place. Here we go for P2 of the race. Battenberg moves up into second place. And now has to chase down Tom Jack for the overall win. Even though he's won his class this race anyway, by the look of it. Wow. Mental. And here's a battle that refuses. Jello against Kenny. The battle has in fact finished. Great. Wow. What an insane start. I'm going to go back and watch this again. Actually, this is a crash at turn 9 a few minutes ago. I don't know whether Whitley was trying to avoid going too wide, but he has lost out there big time. You know, that's not really what anyone would have wanted, as Jacob Alacia making his way through the GT4 field, past James Andrews there. Not really the easiest of things to do is getting past GT4 cars to GT3. I know a lot of people go, oh my god, it's so easy. But you gotta remember that if you're too close to them, you're going to end up having to come back to their speed, because they can't go up to your speed. And that makes a challenge, especially when you come across the GT4. If you come across the GT4 just on a straight, then chances are, unless you're in a Porsche obviously, you'll be fine. However, if you come across a GT4 in the corners, that's where you start to bleed a lot of time off. You know? As there's yellow flags, it's the Angsman cars. What's happened here? They've just... Oh, man! The Angsman cars came together. And it looks like the Audi just couldn't slow down in time. It had the tight line. You can see, we're watching it again. When I went over the Audi, it just... Oh, man. There was no gap there. And I don't know if the Audi just couldn't slow down in time. But that's Angsman. And Kessen. Intra-team friction maybe as Trevenov comes into the pit lane with a very bad and bruised looking BMW. Wow, we've had an absolutely insane beginning to proceedings as Banjo was off. Yellow flag, what was happened here? Because he just lost it on his own. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, he has. Okay. And now Daniel Fox actually chasing down Frederick Schoblem. In fact, Fox currently running at P4 in bronze. Schoblem currently running. Ooh. Sixth in silver. As the two Angsman cars have boxed, so maybe a bit more damage. Maybe they're now just trying to get themselves going. As Ken has picked up a drive-through penalty. As well, now though we have Ian Barrack looking around on the rear end of Lambert. And Randall's there as well. Outside, inside, gets the move done. Maybe they might lose some time. The Barrack behind it looks like it. In fact, it looks like he's lost a lot of time. Behind him, maybe to the inside. Reba Barrack down the inside at turn 4. There is contact. And Barrack gets himself past at turn 4, but with a little bit of bagging, so I'm not sure if maybe that could end in Stewart's investigation. Now, oh! Maybe trying to come across just a bit too late with the front end of Janetta. It looks like it's getting a bit spicy, does this battle? As Barrack defends the inside into the King towards turn 9. Now he's going to try and hug the apex round. Now Janetta could maybe maximise exit speed here, but it is a Janetta. So the second you come across a straight, the Janetta goes, "No, I'm out." Fanakek. Thanks. I hate it. As you can see, Gt4 is just about keeping up on the brakes hard there for turn 12. Then for 13, Barrack defending the inside as if his life depends on it. We're going to jump on board. We're on the dashboard, in fact, as they head through the final two corners, 14 and 15. Down the gears, you can hear very loud gearbox into Gt4. It goes very much boom, straight down. I think maybe that battle might be put to bed. That was a good one though. It got very physical. So here's Tenor on the back of Arnold. Arnold currently P2 in silver. Quite a bit of a gap to get up to Battenberg in first place of silver. The gap ahead as well for Battenberg is currently sat at about 5.4 seconds. It's very late on the inside there for Tenor, sorry. But Arnold will get the inside into turn 13, but who's going to get the better traction out of the corner? It looks like it's going to be the Audi. The Audi will also get the line through turn 14, and I think that move has been done, but maybe Arnold could try down the inside of the final corner. No! Tenor, god damn it, gets through. I need to do me nose, give me a minute. So now, coming up towards the halfway point of the race, it's around here where people actually try to pit. That's no, it's going. No, it's not brought to you by Clinics. It's brought to you by. Who's made these ones? We'll find out. Flawless. This is been brought to you by. But now we're in the point where pit stops are happening, including Andrews, Whitley and Sandos for GT4, Gottlieb and Long for GT3, maybe Thomas Jack for GT3 as well. Here we see Rochelu, contact! More contact for the Audi! More of it! There'll be more contact! More contact! More! The Audi has got flashes of anger there, in fact. We gotta go, look at that again. Look at that, oh, that again. We'll just let this replay happen. You can see the flashes of anger begin. What happened? So the Audi's up the inside. The Porsche exits tight, and then they decide to go at each other again. What? We gotta watch out for the interior of Ken. So he comes up the inside. The Porsche's there. Tightens up. He's on the throttle as the Porsche's ahead of him. That. Huh. Okay, here's a very, very close race. It's Zeddon versus Arnold. Arnold stops in the box, but Zeddon might get out of the box next. We don't know. Saunders is chasing down Heather. As long as none of them have pitted. Toby Long has gotten a stop-go 30, so he's clearly been speeding in the pit lane, you naughty boy. I believe it's 30 seconds. Here's a very close battle. Oh. Oh. This is going to be a close battle. Oh. I thought they were in the pit box next to each other. I didn't think they were literally nose to tail coming out of the pit lane. Right, well, here we go. Any battle's a good battle, as they say. Yellow flag there for Kenny. I'm not sure if that was a crash or if they were... He just gone off the circuit. Toby Long has had contact with Eli Schwartz. In fact, while we're in the pit stop, we can't look at this as Schwartz goes deep. It's just a little bit of nose to tail crashing there, really. Nothing too bad. I can see what's happened, but I don't think there was anything sinister in that. I think Schwartz just maybe thought the Aston Martin would get clear in time, as here's a very close battle. Toby Long versus Sforza. Sforza gets out ahead. As Battenberg has boxed, the first of the top 6 to box in. Thomas Jack going through turn 9 at the minute, so maybe? We don't know yet. Just looking at my stats, as Lambert gets overtaken by the 953, that's Zeddon. Probably one of the better places, but probably would have been better on the straight. Not sure. You're never sure where is a good place to overtake someone. And you've overtaken. Come on. You know? And yes, Gons, the fan is on because I'm melting in here. I do apologise, however, I need the fan today. I am melting. I'm trying not to have it on, but it's just too hot in here. At this point, here's Delisle on the back of Van Gelwu. Delisle has pitted, Van Gelwu has not. And the new rubber clearly does make a difference as Van Gelwu gets overtaken. He still has to pit out of this, so you know. You do never know. Here is Lambert still chasing the back of Falz Rochlau. As yet, Mr. President is in fact pinning. He's pinning in at the same time as Brad Hoover. Hoover is already pitted. Barrack should be on his way out the pit box now. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a pit stop time of... I will tell you the pit stop time. In comparison, because the longest will be having a quicker pit stop. 1:17. 1:20. So the pit stop time for Ivan Barrack was 1:26. The pit stop time for Bingus McBongus was 1:14. So there is definitely a bit of a go as Sports is chasing down Shop, who just had a bit of a moment there on the grass towards Coach Brown. 11, 12, 13 and 14. Because that Shop is being quickly caught up to. This is intra-class, so it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, I'm not saying that as, you know, bronze drivers shouldn't race silver drivers shouldn't race platinum drivers, and so on and so forth. But you don't get points for it. But if they're in the way of you getting to someone in your class, you've got to get past them. And just because you're, you know, a bronze driver does not mean you have to let a platinum driver or a silver driver through. There's Daniel Fox getting down the inside of James Andrews before turn 7. Now, Andrews could tactically use the GT3, maybe, depending on where Fox goes past, and is actually the case before turn 9. Santos has to go deep, but she closes back up. On the rear wing of the Porsche, you can see the purple car of James Andrews just very, very slowly inching closer and closer and closer as, oh, they're on the inside. That was an ambitious attempt, and it hasn't quite paid off, I don't think, but that was ambitious, as Alacia and Lambert have both got drive-throughs once more. I expect they will be full track limits. Lambert has come out of the pits. Is he going to have cleared Alacia? Sorry, not Alacia. He has actually lost out the positions to Andrews and Santos. Oh, there is big contact. There is big contact in this huge pack. GT3s and GT4. Santos is on the outside. She lets the Beamer go past. I think that's Vangelwu. Tries just massively down the inside on a door that was never going to be open when he got there. And Santos got sent all the way round. Wow! That door, I don't think, was ever going to be open there for Nicholas to go through. He tried it, but I just don't think that door was going to be there. It's Vangelwu has actually been disqualified from the race. I'm not sure what for, but disqualification is disqualification. It sounds maybe for going the wrong way? I'm not sure. We're going to have a look at that crash on board. You can see the door was never going to be open. That was never going to work. You know, that was just never going to work at all. Yeah, that's what I'm going to expect, but that door was never open, and Schwartz there getting very loose. We see Morten Angstman against Eli Schwartz. Barrack has been given a drive-through penalty for the 722 car. Drive-through penalty for the 722 car, piloted by Ivan Barrack. Sorry, Barrat, in fact. As Angstman gets past Eli Schwartz. However, goes very deep at turn 4. But it looks like Eli Schwartz has just fallen back a bit through 3, 4, and 5. So I think that's that battle. However, here is Will Saunders against Mueller. Bentley versus Lexus. Big car versus big car. Boat versus Lexus. As there is contact out of turn 13, a little bit of door banging, but nothing too sinister. As Mueller dips for the pit lane. In fact, here is Eli Schwartz still on the rear end of Morten Angstman. And here's a sight that the crowd is not going to want to see. Here is Ivan Barrack going through to do his drive-through penalty. It's going to have cost him 40 seconds in the pit lane. 40 seconds that has cost him in the pit lane. Because here we go. The pit stops have technically worked in Arnold's favour. He is out ahead of Battenberg. Battenberg, who was running P2 overall, is now in 7th place, and he's got caught behind the Mercedes through the final corner, which has let Arnold just leave. 8/10. They're waiting the Porsche from the Honda. At the minute, that might close up through the first 3 corners. Yeah, it has 6/10. 7/10 through the first 2 quarters. Sorry. Now, oh, it's 3, 4, and 5. Four tenths. Toby Long has been given a drive-through penalty as well. Sforza further back is chasing the rear of Gary Rowe. This is for 3rd place in silver class. There's battles happening all over the gaff. But Battenberg against Arnold. This is for the lead of silver. Arnold drove in the GT4 split last season. Now is made to move up to the GT3 machinery. Battenberg looking to open the door through 12 and 13. He hasn't. He's lost it. He's lost the rear end of the car through Code Brown. Arnold gets back ahead, but it looks like Battenberg will be back straight on the rear end of that Porsche. It just looked like the rear end of that Honda lifted. As now to the inside for Battenberg, maybe no. Arnold half defends it, leaves the door slightly open, but prioritizes getting the inside through turn 2. Now turn 3, he's still ahead of Battenberg. This is going to go down to the wire as they enter 4, 5, and 6. Battenberg is all over the rear end of the Porsche. He's looking, doesn't get the move made onto the straight, but now straight line speed. The Porsche doesn't really have much of it as far as I know. Maybe though, as we head down towards 8. On the brakes, there's a bit of contact. Arnold has to go deep. The door was open and Battenberg made sure it was open. And now a GT4 will have the inside against the Honda. Arnold could follow him through. That might open up once again for Arnold. Maybe it's going to be so tight. Arnold has been a little bit quicker through this sector than Battenberg, according to my timing, as Arnold goes home, it seems. I'm out. I was saying, where do you get all that speed from? Oh man. As here we see Sforza against Gary Rowe, P3, last of the podium positions for silver class. Oh, it's going to be tight. Gary Rowe is so close. As here is a battle. Danny Zeddon versus Bingo the Mongoose. He actually takes to the grass. It's going to be side by side. Lambo versus Audi. The Audi gets the inside, but the Lambo tries. There is some lights flashing behind for the GT4 pack as well. As Lambert gets overtaken by Zenon. Bingo the Mongoose, goes up the inside at turn 9. Ooh. Fun. Here is Andrews. He is chasing that Janetta down. Here is your current GT4 standings. This will be your 9th place in GT4. Stoffmill is running the lead of GT4 at the minute. The number 14 BMW, followed by the number 84 Alpine. In fact, GT4 has seen a retirement. No, there was 16 at the start. Now there's only 15. If my education was right, that means 1. What a battle. I mean, what battles, in fact? We've seen so many insane battles here. Ow. As in my coughing's fit. Swartzer's got past Rowe, but Rowe maybe was looking back into Code Brown. No, not quite. Thomas Jack is in the background as well behind the Aston Martin. There's a Gt4 there as well. Thomas Jack gets down the inside of the Gt4. Kai Swartzer starts extending that gap to Gary Rowe behind as well. Here is a battle. It's Lambert against Rubicon. For P8 in class, Lambert looks like he has the better X out of turn 9. It will be side by side with the BMW. He's on the wrong side of the car. They're both on the wrong side of the car for this. They'll go side by side into Code Brown. Rubicon, he goes very deep. And the position does get taken. James Andrews now will have a look on the back end of that BMW. Jump on board, you can see the rear end where they decided to stick the air pipe as well. Just put it in the middle, why not? Like, I hope we get the I can't remember what GT4 is, but it was a British GT in the real world. To get to the fuel filler, you actually had to open the boot. So you'd see it come into the pits, and then you'd see the pit crew just open the boot. And the first time I saw it, I was like, what's happening? What are they doing? But someone just left his lunch in there or something. That's where the fuel filler cap is. As in my rambling, James Andrews gets past Rubicon. Or P9 in class. Yeah, that's P9 class. Yeah. That was correct. Indeed, I was very, very correct. Chopper chasing the rear end of Gary Rowe. Not really a fight that has to happen. Chopper running P3 in class. A little bit away from the rest of his compatriots, but as I always say, pride is on the line. As further back, Rubicon has got past James Andrews. Once more, James Andrews will be looking to gain that back as we get on the back of a very tinny sounding BMW. You can actually just see, especially with the light, just how much the nose of that Aston Martin dips, and all of that time that he's gained back through turn 2. And now turn 3, will James Andrews have a look up the inside, maybe at turn 4? No, he stays behind. Probably a smart move. Actually, the door might have been open. The door is open. James Andrews up the inside at turn 5. Now turn 6. Is there going to be contact? No, they're okay. But the margins there were very close. Wow, the margins there were insane. As Rubicon is trying to chase down the rear end of James Andrews once more. These two have been trading position as Mueller up ahead the 210 car. Actually, I can do it like GT World. Car 210. Drive through for track limits. Car 210. Drive through for track limits. See, now I feel like the guy on GT World. Brilliant. Always wanted to be in. He gets on streams far more competent than I put on. I mean, yeah, they have the commentary budget. Damn. As Rubicon has lost quite a bit of time to James Andrews, in fact. 2 seconds through Code Brown. That just tells you how much you even slow down the GT4s trying to fight through the GT4 field. The GT4s even get slowed down by the GT3s. Everyone gets slowed down, in fact. It's not something that only one side gets problematic by. Everyone, in fact, loses out. But within the last 10 minutes of the race, Alacia is off the circuit. What's happened to our Gt4 Snack? Has he just hit the wrong thing? He has. He's done the crash over the curves and just bashed it into that tyre barrier. Could it be a meatball flag for him? I don't know. I don't believe it is. I can't see the Luby rank saying that it is, so I think they've said that he is fine to carry on. He got behind James Andrews in all of that, so he's going to have to get himself back through. Will Saunders there going up the inside of Jacob Alacia at turn 13. Also gets past James Andrews all at the same time. 2 for 1. Very nice. So now you can see on the rear wing of Will Saunders, Jacob Alacia getting himself past the Wins Racing Aston Martin GT4 as well. But this has been opened back up. Rubicon has been put very much on the rear end. Rubicon goes to the outside, almost gets the inside line there. But what's happened? It's Kai Sforza. We must know. Wow, that was almost a move that could have actually gone in the top moves of the season. But it just wasn't to be yet. Rubicon has lost. He's easy to lose a bit of time through that complex of 4, 5, and 6. In fact, he seems to lose quite a bit of time there. Maybe James Andrews has lost some time going through turn 7. Turn 8, sorry. Maybe it's a possibility as we keep going on to the advertising board telling you to use Petronas Urania. As there goes Daniel Fox. RC Gt4 of Rubicon. Not quite getting past James Andrews yet. Those Randall now will try down the inside at the third to last corner of the BMW. He does get the move. That's going to cost the BMW quite a bit of time. But now maybe on James Andrews. No, he tries the outside. Oh, that was close to being dangerous. Oh, cuts the front off. In fact, of James Andrews, he's doing the flash of anger, which in that car basically it decides I'm going to turn the lights on and off for a bit, just to show you how miffed I actually am. Rubicon has caught back up again. Here's Robert Delisle. Here is Bingus for Bungus. There's a pack. There goes John. There goes Tom Jack. Now, is James Andrews going to keep Tom Jack behind for a bit longer? He is indeed. Tom Jack, you can just see there in the foreground, does get past the other Wins Racing car. Here is your current race leader, Tom Jack for Small Pippi Wins JT Racing Team. 6 minutes left for Tom. He has to hold on for 6 minutes. On who is in the pit lane again is Ralph Ketton. Not sure what for this time. I believe he might just be retiring. In the pit lane for 26 minutes. But what a race we have had so far. Ooh. Fell over the curbs there. If someone wants to do me a solid, they could make me a driver of the day for them. So that would be nice, and then they could put it over for me. That'd be very lovely. In fact, as we're coming up now to the closing period of the race, there have been many good moves today. I feel we're on the dashboard of Frejo Shoblem, who goes down the inside of one of the Gt4 BMWs. I think that might have been Langvin. It's very loose, and Langvin goes back past. That was brilliant. Rene Battenberg currently running in the lead of GT3 Silver. He's had quite a commanding race today as well. He was running P2 at one point, now down to P5, but in the lead of his class, which is really in the end what matters. As he gets past the BMW around the outside. In fact, Gt4 is chasing now Delisle. He's currently P3 in class. Delisle in the old BMW, the M6. He may be down the inside soon. Lambert there. To the outside, both the GT3 cars get past him. It was very interesting seeing the old M6. We're so used to seeing the schnoz of the M4 that it's just quite nice and refreshing to see a car that isn't 90% schnoz. You know? Kind of refreshing. But with 2 minutes left, not many laps to go now. As we're going to be maybe side by side through Code Brown. No. Sforza drops back just a little bit more. And this isn't to gain anything. Sforza does not gain or lose anything by sitting behind Delisle. Delisle running P2 in bronzes. Off goes Sforza into the barrier. What happened? We're going to have a look on board. See, through Code Brown, hits the curb. The car just steps out from under and he goes to connect and the car says no. Nosed into the barrier. I think he's got away from that one lucky because he hasn't lost the position to Gary Rowe, who's a bit too far down the road, I think, to have actually lost out anything. Lambert is in the pits again. I'm not sure what for this time. Is Chopper now chasing the rear end of Sforza. Sforza will maybe pull away. The net. It possibly is fuel guns. Yeah. That's where I would stake my vote on it. Possibly could be. The next lap will be the final lap, so I have one more to go after this lap. And here is the man who, all things go well, will come through to take the win of today's race, but he's got one more lap left before he can actually do it. There you go, through the final corner. This will be the final lap. So the timer has run out. So as we come around the final few corners, we'll see in, I think, one of the only races they can come around and do. He's had quite a run. In fact, now it's time for me to do the thing. Grab on this. We try to beat Thomas Jack to the finish line. Here is the finish line. Across the line to take the win of the race here at Misano in the Platinum category. It's Thomas Jack who comes through to take the victory. What a drive there from Tom Jack. In fact, he drove an absolutely commanding race. Got 32 in practice. And it's a shame that due to his real world life, we will not be seeing him for the whole season, but he put on a good race today and a very deserved victory. Battenberg will come through to take the win of silver. Gottlieb has taken the win of bronze as well. What a race we've had today. What a race, as we see the rest of the cars come across the line. Wow. So we'll get some interviews in the end. What a race, lads. What a race. So we've put a call out for interviews. Drivers should hopefully come in. And run off at the end of the race? I don't know. Oh, I see some cars heading through. Oh, we'll return to garage. That's great. We're gonna have to wait until the end of the race thing shows up to get the results. It's all gone a bit wrong, but the man who we know finished the race in the lead. We'll talk to him first. Hello, Tom.
Hello, hello.
So, you've won again.
What do you mean again?
Well, it seemed to be what you were doing last season, and you seem to have done it again. But
I have.
how was the race? It looked tight, and you seemed to just build that gap and accelerate away at the midpoint.
So the important part was just making sure I get through turn 1 without like losing a position. I was hoping the Honda wouldn't like overtake me on the start, but after that I was just pushing as hard as I can just to get the gap. Those GT4s came in so quickly. The lap is just so short. Had a few scares. I thought they would catch back up, but luckily they got a bit unlucky too.
And you were, I think it's fair to say that, you know, you were going to be maybe close with Mo. Was this track just one where the McLaren's just better than the Honda, or was it just the millions of laps you put in the week before?
I don't I don't know. I don't know what the Honda pace is anywhere because it's been updated recently, but I did put 1,000,000 laps in to make sure I was faster. So.
And I know it's safe. I think you're not here for the entire season, are you? You've got real stuff going on. Will you be at any other races, or was this the one and done for you?
I might stick my nose in for the last one if I get the chance to, but probably not. If I can get into that one, then I'm traveling and I'm going to be moving for the next race. So unfortunate. Well, it would have been fun. Big good.
I wish you well in your move, mate. Congratulations on the
thanks,
win.
Man.
I will speak to you probably later.
Yeah, see you later, man.
In a bit, mate. So that was Thomas Jack who came through to take the win of Platinum. Now, here is your finishing order. We'll go through class order. For Platinum, Thomas Jack came through to win, followed by Zeddon in P2. Third was Vickers Bogus. Fourth was Sodders. Fifth was Tedder. Sixth was Mo. Seventh was Randall. Eighth was Alacia. And that's it for Platinum. For Silver, Battenberg comes through to take the victory, followed by Arnold in P2. Sforza in third. Rowe in fourth. Fifth was Schoblem. Sixth was Long. And none of those cars failed to finish. And then in bronze, Gottlieb come through to take the win of bronze class, followed by Delisle, Schopper in P3, Fox in fourth, fifth was Mueller, and sixth was Trifidov. Now for GT4, Stoffmeal came through to win the race, followed by Taylor, Hatcher, Fultz Rochlau, Langevin, Barrack, Gates, Andrews, Rubicon, Hoove, Santos, Angsman, and Schwartz. Lambert, Whitley, Ketten, and Vangelou did not finish the race. Now, we're going to have a chat with the winner of GT4. Hello.
Hello, hello.
I need to quickly turn you up. Give me a moment. There we go. So, I've got a little bit to talk about GT4. Firstly, that qualifying gap was minuscule.
Yeah, I mean, it was very close. I was on a really decent lap, and I think I lost a little bit of time in the last sector. And I knew it was going to be close because I hooked the entire lap up pretty much. But yeah, that was really, really close, and was a good qualifying session there.
And going in that close, how does that affect how you look forward to the race? Did you think it was going to be a close battle going in, or was it more a case of get the head down and drive?
Well, usually I don't think qualifying is my strong suit. So if I'm relatively close to people, it actually gives me more confidence because I know my race pace is usually a bit better than my qualifying pace. So yeah, it was. But I'm sure it was going to be close anyway. In the GT4s, there's not much in them when it comes to pace, and especially if you can keep some slipstream down the straights, it can be really close.
And one thing that I know a lot of people will be wondering, the GT4s, some might say, get a bit bullied around the circuit. How does a GT3 coming up to you affect how you drive?
It's a bit dependent. I think obviously it's the first race of the season, and I think people just need to get some of the nerves out, you know. But there was some questionable ones going on, but I always look at my rear view mirror, and usually you can kind of feel the dive bombs coming, so you just make a little bit extra room that way.
And my final question for you. Going into the next round at Spa, how is the BMW there? Have you driven it there before, or will you be going in maybe a bit more blind?
I think I'm not too knowledgeable about the GT4s and how the POP is, but the BMW is one of the better cars on the straight. So I think Misano is probably one of the worst tracks for the BMW. So I'm happy to get this one out of the way, and then Spa should be really good with all the long straights.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming to speak to me. Congratulations on the GT4 win. Who knows? Next race, you might win again.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Thank you for streaming.
Awesome. Thank you for driving. Put on a good show.
All right. See ya.
In a bit, mate. So that was. Hold it. I'm not meant to be here. I may have accidentally joined the Stewarding channel. So, I'm going to call the interviews there, because there's no one else waiting in the waiting room. So, that was the first race of Series 5 in the Racing Pals GT Championship, RP Series as it's come to be known. What a race that was as well. In 2 weeks' time, on the 19th of June, we'll be going to Belgium for Spa. Who knows? Who knows what that'll bring? But for a first race, I'm excited. I'm ready for more. But until then, next Sunday will be, I think, let me make sure I get my facts right before I say anything. Yes, next Sunday, the 12th, will be the start of the Formula Pals Championship, commentated by my good colleague, Mr. Deep Cuts. The first round will be at Istanbul Park. It starts at 1900 hours BST for the final hour of practice. Qualifying will then begin from 8 PM BST and then on, so make sure you jump over to Deep Cut's channel, which I believe will be on the Racing Pals YouTube channel, to watch me get absolutely slap silly in the Formula Pals season. But until then, I've been Husky. Thank you very much for watching, and good.